Graham Pearson says, what should I say to someone who isn't impressed with the resurrection of Jesus, proving that he is God? I don't think there's a better miracle explaining who God is and what he does. Well, in a sense, Graham, I would want to encourage all of us to recognize that when you meet people who aren't impressed by good arguments, you should not be impressed by that. like let this backfire a little bit on them. It's if you give somebody solid, good reasons for believing in Jesus and they go, yeah, I'm not impressed by that. Don't be impressed by their lack of belief. There's all kinds of things going on, whether it's confusion, bad reasoning, or sinful things that we want. So yeah, in a sense, it's like there's no magic pill where you could just sort of give it to somebody. If I give you this argument, you will become Christian. Although arguments have a place in representing Christ. Now that being said, what I would do is I would say that the resurrection of Jesus as an argument for the deity of Christ is a multi-step argument in my mind. What I have is Jesus rose from the dead. This proves that he's been vindicated. That's step one. The resurrection vindicates Jesus. That means that his teachings must have been true. The things he said about God must be true. The things he said about himself must be true. Then I can go to his statements about himself. I can go to other New Testament apostles and what they said about Jesus, and I can show the deity of Christ, including in the Old Testament. So but it's a multi-step argument. So what I would do though at that point where you say you share with somebody the resurrection of Jesus to prove he's God, you need to dig then in their mind and ask them questions, Graham. Why do you think Jesus isn't God? And find their real reasons. You may have to ask several questions to get down to this. Find their real reasons. Well, I just don't think a human could be God. Oh, so what you're saying is, even if the Bible did say it, even if Jesus said it and thought he was God, and then the resurrection seems to vindicate him, seems to be God saying, hey man, he was right. You're just going to reject it because you have this logical rule that you're going to hold over Scripture. So then we need to talk about that rule now. It's not actually Scripture. You know, you might push back and say, hey, is it possible that your own like ideas about what could or couldn't be true about Jesus might be wrong? And you start to try to create some wiggle room there so that they might be open to those things. But yeah, dig in and find out what his issues are. Not just why he's not impressed, but what other rules he has that are keeping him from thinking that thing can be true. Yeah.